Good morning, Cedar River Elementary School. Today is Wednesday. It is October 4th, and here are your daily announcements. Starting with next week, October 10th, is School Picture Day. So even if you're not purchasing photos, you will still get your picture taken. And that is again on October 10th. Your teacher has your time slot for the day, so you can give a reminder to your families and to come to school ready to smile big and say cheese and have your photo taken. We're also going to start our morning with my questions from last week and our O3s. What does it look like to problem solve at recess? What does a safe body look like with those recess expectations? Had many students and classrooms send in their answers. And today we're going to start with Team Nix. We have one from Mrs. Angeline and from my friend Thomas. Mrs. Angeline's class reminds us that if we have a safe body, we don't jump in puddles. We keep our hands to ourselves. We walk on the blacktop. When we show respect, we're inclusive. And to resolve conflict, we choose another game. Make a deal, play fair, walk away, ask another friend to play. Team Nix did some problem solving and talked about what does it look like to have a safe body and safe hands. Some of the things that they put included playing games with a 2-finger touch, keeping our hands to ourselves, walking on the blacktop, also to not push people, and also don't rush, and to not scream, and to stand quietly. Also to listen to the teacher and follow those instructions.
So some recess rules that you need to follow are you can't run on the blacktop, don't push and shove each other, include everyone, safe hands, treat others the way you want to be treated, and don't try to destroy equipment.
All right, Otters, so many great reminders about what it looks like to have safe hands, safe body, and to play at recess. We've had quite a few conflicts, especially at Foursquare, with some name calling, unkind words, maybe even some unfair play. And so a reminder that we can use Kelso's choice to problem solve. We can also ask Miss Cassandra or Miss Cher or Miss Amber, Mrs. O outside to help us problem solve and also to help us, solve that conflict and to remind ourselves of what those O3s look like, and especially with those safe hands, safe bodies. It's supposed to be nice the rest of the week, so hopefully those mud puddles recede a little bit and we don't have so many of the wet clothes coming in from running on the blacktop. So nice job there. I do want to commend everyone for lining up and following the teacher's directions. There have been many otter paws for lunchtime behavior. I have one let's see here, reading some of this handwriting here, to Audrey and Mrs. Gregson for being inclusive and kind at lunch. I have one to Angelina, also and Miss Gregson, for being kind and inclusive at lunch. I have one to Grace, also in Miss Gregson. It sounds like Mrs. Gregson's class has done a really nice job about being kind at lunch. Here's one to, I think this says Margot and Mrs. Thompson, inclusive and kind at lunch. One to, let's see here, let's grab a few others about being a problem solver. Let's see, I have one to Rose and Miss Thompson for Mrs. Hodges for being a problem solver. I have one to, let's see here, I have lots of them turned in without any names, which makes it hard for me to read. There we go. We have one to Claire and Mrs. Rodriguez for starting the day right away. I have one to Leah and Mrs. Rodriguez for working quietly. And I have one to Nandini and Mrs. Rodriguez for being inclusive and kind. So nice job. Lots of otter paws turned in. I love it so much to see all of the wonderful things that you're doing. And as we wrap up these morning announcements and head into all of the great, wonderful things that are happening around the building, I know that there was a field trip yesterday to the Salmon Hatchery, and there's been lots of art and some fun things going on. I also want to remind everyone about when we are getting to campus in the morning. Remember, we are not walking through the buildings, and we're going into our building. So we've had some I'll call it some moseying, coming into our building, saying hello to our previous teachers, standing in their doorways as the students that are in that class this year are trying to enter. So just a reminder that when we get out of our car, when we get off the bus, we are heading straight to our classroom to start our day. And if you're a breakfast student, you're going to head over, grab your breakfast. You can eat in the Commons until about 9:21 or so, 9:22. Mrs. Masti will kick you out and go back to class. If your teacher has given the direction that you get your breakfast in a to-go bag and go directly to class, then you will follow your teacher's expectation for that. Oh my gosh, so many reminders, so many things. We have other things coming up that I'll go over on Friday, including our Autumn Fest coming your way and some other exciting things from our PTO. We have a wonderful PTO. That is all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. I will see you here on Friday. As always, it's a great day to be an otter. Turn to your teacher for the Pledge of Allegiance after these happenings around the school.